Television Dude here, and this is a video response from poptartlove2010. She did a video showing off some stickers and some 80s memorabilia, and I thought I'd do the same. I just found her channel today, and it, just from the couple of videos that I've seen, it is a great channel, and I'm giving her a shout out, and I'll put her link in the description on the side there. Now, man, I don't even know where to start on my 80s memorabilia. Some of this stuff I had since I was a kid. Some of it is just 80s stuff that I got recently. Well, you've seen the Garbage Pail Kids. I've already done a video on those, so we're not doing a video on those today. You know where to see that at. Here are the last two remaining records from my old record collection from when I was a kid. The rest of them got ruined in an incident just a couple years back. It's a sad story, but most of them were scratched anyway, but it was still just the fact that they were my old records. I can still get them back someday on eBay and stuff. My two snakes, Rubik's snakes. Now the Rubik's Cube, technically, I bought last year. But it is an 80s toy, so I guess that counts. Here are my buttons. Now, I used to live in Michigan, so I have a lot of Michigan stuff. Save our Detroit bad boys. And I believe that was Bill Lambier and Rick Mahorn, I think, were the Detroit bad boys, if I'm not mistaken. The 1984 World Series champions, the Detroit Tigers. Cool, huh? They got the ball and bat hanging underneath. Something I'll never get rid of. There's a Michael Jackson button. This one actually came from the 80s. This is all the way back from the 80s. This is an actual 80s button. Ghostbusters 2. I don't know where I got these, but I got 3 of these things. Spuds McKenzie. Bud Light. Who remembers that? These are technically the 90s, but I thought they were mine anyway. Butthead from Beavis and Butthead. And the let's see here. Which should we go to next? Well, I've showed you both of these before, part of my video game collection, magazine collection, and memorabilia. These are Belvedere. It's kind of like Garfield, and just as funny. Now, I am a grown man who even has a sick sense of humor, who likes anything from Andrew Dice Clay and Sam Kinison, but I still laugh my butt off at Belvedere and Garfield and all the other ones. They are really funny. I really love the Belvederes too. This is the first 12 Garfield books that I have in this stack right here actually are from the 80s, from when I was a kid, all the way back. Here's 1 through 12 right here, and a couple of specials. The Garfield on the Town and Here Comes Garfield. Now all the ones afterwards, I don't know if I have 13. Here's 13, they're out of order. 13 through 24, there's 2 missing in this stack though. I got from a bookstore just this year for $2 a piece to help fill the collection a little bit. Now what's this? Breakdancing. Now, I could never breakdance myself. I wasn't very good at it. But let's just say that I loved it. I love watching it. I love the whole hip-hop scene. This tells you some of the history of breakdancing, and kind of like some hip-hop stuff in here too. Even shows you the music of hip-hop with a few select songs. This is Mr. Fresh and the Supreme Rockers. Show you how to do it. Now, I could spend all day just in this book, I'm telling you. So I should probably move on. Because I grew up in the Detroit suburbs. I mean, it wasn't in Detroit. I was a couple miles north of Detroit, 10 mile. But, you know, when I first heard hip-hop, first rap song I heard was around late 82 on the radio. I fell in love, and that was pretty much my main love for music back then. Now, These are called twist-a-plots. Now, I've actually not read all these. I think I've only read 1 or 2 of these, but I don't know if they're really well written. But anyway, but the point of them were cool. You would read along a little bit into the story. Let's see how far we got to go. And right here is a choice. If you choose to run, turn to page 26. If you choose to fight, go to page 38. It gave you choices. Some choices were bad, some of the choices were good. If you choose the pyramid, turn to page 20. If you choose not to move from your hidden place, turn to page 10. I need to go through and read some of these. Some of these are not really 80s memorabilia as much as just stuff I never got rid of when I was a kid. And I still wish I had even more stuff. Monsters, great monsters of the movies. Backstage at Saturday Night Live. This is probably not even the 80s. This is probably the 70s. Heathcliff. Just an old book from the 80s called Aliens in Space. They have some made-up aliens in here. Some really cool ones. One of my favorites is in the back. He's cool. That's cool. That's even pretty cool. They have some really good artwork in here. They have some made-up aliens, some made-up races. That's even cool. Just showing you a few of these. That's pretty cool. And how the planets that they're on, made-up races, made-up planets. This one's probably my favorite. It's like a block. It's like a wall, and it's got teeth and fangs and eyes. I love this book. This is just another big old monster book. Monsters, horror movies. Pretty much just pictures from movies. This is probably going to go over 10 minutes. Let's move on. Where should we go here? These are pretty much a lot of my Mad magazines, cracked magazines, but that's not all that's in this book. I'm going to do a separate video here showing all my cracked and Mad magazines, as well as another video showing my wrestling magazines. Hero, these are like comic book price guides. I have some comic book price guides from back then, from back when I used to collect comics in the 90s. We won't really count those, I guess. These are pretty much all my cracked and Mad magazines. There's the whole stack right here. I'll do a separate video of those. And here's another one from back then. It was called Cartoons. It was like in the spirit of Cracked and Mad, but it was pretty much just about cars. And had some comedy stuff. Had some cool little things like an iron-on. You can iron on a t-shirt. And they had contests where people draw, who got good art skills and draw cars and things. I loved this magazine just because of all, even just this part here. I looked forward to seeing the people submitting their art and their drawings. I don't have as many of these cartoons. Maybe just a small handful, maybe 5 or 6, I think. But I'm going to do those in a separate video, so let's move on.